Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing very well today. I'm sorry that I didn't have a video last Tuesday for you, but we were kind of buried in snow. We had 5-6 foot drifts completely around our house, and in addition we were out of power for like 25 hours, so we had kind of a hectic week last week. We are now pretty well dug out. We still have some 2 to 3 foot drifts, but they're melting very quickly and will soon be gone. So today I'm going to do what I think is a really pretty card using a new suite that Stampin' Up had done a pre-release on. This suite will actually be available in the new annual catalog, which comes out in May. It is also available for order right now. But it is all about the butterflies. And so today we're going to do this cute little card. Says sending a smile your way, has the butterflies, and it uses some of the butterfly, and the layout I like is just some different way to use your designer series paper. So in this card, what we're going to use, the main attraction is the Butterfly Brilliance. It has a stamp set, which is very nice and I like, but it also has some wonderful dies, which I absolutely love. So there you get tons of dies. These are very intricate cutouts for the butterflies, and this one cuts out the butterfly. Now the interesting thing about this is all one die. And in this suite of product, they had a set of 6x6 paper. Unfortunately, this paper is gone, will not be able to be ordered. I am hoping that in the new catalog they'll have something similar to replace it. But the neat thing about this is this die lays right over these butterflies, and you can cut out all of these butterflies in at one time, which I've done several sheets of this paper, and we're actually going to use this butterfly on our project today. So that's a really cool set. If you like butterflies, you might want to look into it. I love butterflies, and so there was no way I wasn't going to get it. So there's that. Then we're also, for our greetings, going to use another really cool stamp set and die. It's called Mini Messages, and it has all these different messages in here, and the die actually cuts out each individual message. So you have, this is the stamp, this lines up, and the way you do it is you line up your little hearts and your stars, and you cut all of these greetings and messages out at one time. So what you end up with is all kinds of greetings for different occasions, and I've actually sorted them, and I've stamped a bunch of these and cut them out several times. So these are all sayings and greetings that you can use for your cards. I think it's a really cool idea. I've cut them out pretty much just using a gray color, but I'm intending to make different colors of them. For our envelope, we're using another die set just to decorate the envelope. If you see what I did here, I put little triangles in the corner, and this is the stitch triangle shape, and I just used one of the shapes to cut out to decorate our envelope with. Again, we're going to be using the Happy Thoughts stamp set for the greeting on the inside, and I have that on my Stamparatus. We're also using some square vellum doilies. They look like so. They are in the annual catalog. The color that we're using today is basic gray, and we're going to use a little bit of white baker's twine. Okay, so to get started, your packet, you will have a card base. This is the Magenta Madness, which is a very bright, vibrant pink, which I really do like. Of course, you'll have your envelope. Let me get everything out of here. Something is sticking in there. Oh, that's our greeting. Okay. So you have your envelope, you have your card base, you'll have a piece of Whisper White, it is now basic white. Sorry, it's going to take me a while to get used to that. This is 4 by 5 1/4. That's for your inside greeting. You have a piece of the designer series paper. Again, it's 4 by 5 1/4. This is what we'll be cutting up into the triangles, and I'll show you how to do that. You have one of our vellum squares. Here's the butterfly that we'll be putting on the front as our focal point, and I've already done some putting a baker's twine and the dimensionals on it just to kind of save time, because I think this is going to get to be a little bit of a long video. And then here's our greeting for the front. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to show you how we're going to do the, oh, I'm sorry. I also have a few little, this is for the inside of our greeting, our piece on the inside of the card, and then these are the little triangles for our envelope. Okay, so what you're going to do first of all is you're going to take a trimmer. This is my Stampin' Up trimmer, and you're going to take the, on this particular trimmer, this is where you cut right here. This little slit is where the blade actually goes to cut. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of designer series paper. You're going to line one corner up and line the other corner up, and make sure they're in the center of your cutting track so that when you cut it, you will have a very nice triangle. Then, since I don't like to start on the corners because sometimes it'll make the corner scrunch up or crinkle the corner, I start in the middle, I cut up, and I cut down. Now I just leave it laying right there. Trust me, over trial and error, I found this is the easiest way to do it. So I take this, I take some paper, and I just, or some tape, removable tape, and I just tape this together so that when I turn it, because we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to turn it. If I have it taped, it keeps the two pieces together. So then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line it up in the center of our cutting track, because you want to have pretty nice points on your triangles. Okay, I'll move my cutting blade up. I'm going to come down and go up. Okay, and again, I'm going to just, well, actually, I'm not going to. Okay, so here we go. We've got two pieces here, just like so. So here's our triangles for the front of our card. And that's all the cutting that we have to do. And then I'll show you how we go about putting it on our card. So you take your card base and you take your bone folder, as we always do, push it down, give it a nice burnish. Okay. And then what I do, and I tried this so many different ways, and this is the easiest way for me to keep my triangle straight. I laid my first one down, and you can do it whatever direction you want. On mine, I put the butterfly side up and the solid side here in the middle. You can switch it around and do it whichever direction you want. It doesn't really matter. So what I did is I tried to kind of eyeball this, get it centered this way, and then I know just about how much, about 1/8 of an inch or so, and then I just took this and I taped it down just to keep it steady so when I line up the other ones. Then you'll take your other long triangle and you're going to basically do the same thing. I kind of turned it sideways just to help me kind of get your center points across from each other, get the same distance of your side that you want, the side edge that you want, so that it kind of matches. And then for right now, I'm just going to put this across here. Okay, then you take the flip side of your designer series paper, do the same thing. What we're going to do is we're just going to lay all of this in here, and then we're going to start gluing it down. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing on the bottom. And actually, okay. And we will put this in here. And sometimes it doesn't come out exactly, but it's still, there's enough going on the card once you get the center point piece in that it doesn't matter. Okay. And again, we're going to tape that down. Okay. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to take this piece off. And I'm also going to raise this up because I don't want to glue this down over the top of this. Take it off carefully, go that direction. There we go. Okay, then make sure you glue the right side, put your glue on the right side. Asked me how I know that because I've done it and realized that, oh, I didn't do this. Now I'm using the green cap glue because it lets me move it around a little bit. And I'm just going to take this and place it down and get it as straight and as centered as I possibly can. Okay. Okay. Now it looks like one of my things came unglued, so I'm going to try and get this stuck back on. Once you get the first piece down, then you can just kind of start sticking things to it so they stay. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take the bottom one. Again, put the glue on the back side. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Bring your card up and we're going to line this in there just like we did the other one. Okay. I do this because that way if the glue gushes out, it doesn't get all over my fingers or my paper. Okay. Now we will take this one off. And we will put glue along the edges of this one. And do the same thing here, kind of line it up. See a little glue gushing out there. Put this down. And now we have one more. Once you get the first one down, it goes pretty quickly. And this is faster. I was trying to line them up and just put them down one at a time, and I just kept getting them off center. So finally decided, you know what, I'm just going to glue it down and one at a time and go from there. And this has really made it much faster. So I hope you all survived the big snowstorm, and we had snow again last night. Not much. We just had, the ground was covered. My husband had to make a quick trip to the airport with our son's going out of town for the spring break, and so he took him to the airport. But he said the roads were fine. They weren't bad at all, so I'm glad. I think they got out of town on time because they didn't call us or anything, so apparently they were able to get out of town like they were supposed to. Okay, and now we will take our vellum square, which I think is very pretty, and I just wanted something to put behind our butterfly to kind of dress it up a little bit. And what I'm going to do here, if I can find there it is, I'm just going to take my Stampin' Seal and run some along just the middle part of this that will be covered up with the butterfly. I put it at an angle, so there's a little circle right here in the middle, if you can see that. I don't know. I kind of put that in the middle of my card, tried to make sure it was pretty straight from the sides, centered from the sides. Again, rubbed it down, okay? Now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. We're going to do our inside piece for the greeting. So again, I have it on my Stamparatus. We'll put this in here. And once again, I got in here without a magnet. I don't know how I'm doing that here lately. Hopefully it will not move. Or you know what? I'll just take a piece of this tape and tape it down. There we go. Now I will take Excuse my arms here, ladies. I'll just put a stamp set under here to help when I'm inking it up. I will take my basic gray. I have started using this Happy Thoughts for almost every card I make. It seems like I just love the sayings in it, and I like the size of them. And so we will push this down. Apologize for the phone. I keep trying to figure out how to get my phones to silence, and they just won't do it. Something is always ringing somewhere. Okay. Now for the trim on this card, on the inside piece, what we're going to do, let me shut up my ink here because you know what will happen. I'm just going to take this piece of Designer Series paper, and since I have my liquid glue out, I'll just use it. And I'm going to put it right here in the center of our magenta piece. And I will put a little bit of adhesive on the back. And just glue it to the bottom with a little bit of white showing. Okay. Take my scissors, cut off the excess, like so. Get rid of my stamp set. Use my Stampin' Seal, put a little bit on each corner. Guess I don't want to put another one in the sample, do I? And we will put this down on the inside. Get it pretty straight. There we go. Okay, now what I did on the butterfly is I just took and put some adhesive down first, and then I just did some loops with my white baker's twine. Don't try to make it exact, just make it messy and however you want, just so it looks nice to your eye. And then I just kind of covered them all with dimensionals. That way I know they're going to stay in place. And there's quite a few, but I wanted this butterfly to be adhered, but I also wanted to raise it just to give it a little bit of dimension. So we'll try and get these off without pulling up the baker's twine. Okay, there you go. And then you just put this on whichever direction you want. I kind of wanted mine, actually, I kind of did it straight since my doily is at an angle. Okay, and the same thing, I took one of the little sayings from the mini messages. This one says, sending a smile your way, and I put the little mini dimensionals on the back of it. And we'll take those off. And I put it right down here at the bottom, but you can put it wherever you want, whatever looks good to you. Okay, there's that. And then the only other thing I did for the envelope is I took the little triangles that I cut out, put a little bit of glue on them. Actually, I glued them down on the edges, make sure, so that it doesn't cause issues for the post office. And I just started putting them down. So I put one there. Put another one here. And then I turned it over and did the green pattern for the one in the middle, just to kind of tie it totally in with the inside of our card. And the other thing you could do that I didn't do on this particular sample, on one of the other ones I made, I took my Wink of Stella, went all over the butterfly. You could add some embellishments on here, but I'm in a swap and I can't do any kind of blingy embellishments. They ask us not to, so I didn't put anything on this, but you certainly could, and you know me, the ones I'm going to sell at the little store in Kingsburg, I probably will do that. So here's the one we made just now, and here is one that I made, our sample. They're very pretty. Love the butterfly set. So thank you for spending some time with me today, and I'm going to try really hard to have a class in April. I had to cancel March because we've had a major COVID outbreak in the area, and it seems like we haven't had any new cases for about a week of people that I know and so forth. So it seems like maybe we're on the downhill slide of that. So I will let you know there will be a class in April, and I'll let you know when that's going to take place. So have a great day, and thank you so much for spending time with me. God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.